We're gonna do soft waves today with a straightener. I like to prep the hair with dry shampoo. So we want to make sure we section the hair pretty well. So from underneath the ears, we're gonna go from one side to the other. And it's like about maybe 1.5 inches thick. So when the client's hair doesn't hold a curl too well, I like to use a straightener. So on this side, I want to make sure I lift the hair up. Start from the base. Turn the hair. And using my scissor fingers, I want to hold where it's not hot on the base and slowly slide this down. So you get a curl that looks like this. And the nice thing about the straightener is that if I feel like it's too tight, I could go run through it again. And instead of turning the iron, I'm gonna go straight. So I got a looser look right here. And then on the other side, we're gonna lift it up. I just do a nice small turn and go all the way down. So this one looks a little bit wonky. You're gonna go back again until it looks right. Okay, in real life, when we do a bridal party, it will be early in the morning, and most weddings last until 11 p.m. or midnight. You wanna make sure that all the hair and the makeup you do could last for that long. So sometimes I start at 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning, so you could calculate the numbers yourself. So when a client says that their hair doesn't hold a curl well, I always start with the straightener. And you also don't have to put product because depending on how you twist the hair and pull the hair, the curl should last. And I tell you this because I tested on myself, coming from a girl that doesn't have hair that can hold a curl well. I've tested this many times and it works. So besides the dry shampoo, that's the only thing that I have on her hair. If I put hairspray or any other product first, it will not glide like this. So you could adjust the tightness of the curl by how much you twist the iron. Most people in the Asian American community, when their hair doesn't hold a curl too well, we don't like that crunchy hairspray like curl. So it's nice to have this straightener technique to help hold the curl. But I do advise that you do have to practice this pretty well in order to nail the curl. If the curl looks too soft like this, it might not work out. I probably had to run the iron pass through it one more time. So you could adjust the tightness of the curl by how much you twist the iron. So even the ends like this, it's curly. I could also make this more like beachy wave and straight. But since I know that her hair doesn't hold a curl well, after I'm done curling, I'm gonna style it, and then you'll see what I mean by making it loose. So I'll just leave it the way that it is. Curl hair, you see how I have half of her head on this side? I'm gonna make the curls go this way, but then on this half of the hair, I'm gonna make the curls go this way. So you have to think of it as like put yourself in their shoes, how your curls will look when they all come to the front like this. It has to look right in pictures and videos. Like that. All right, for the crown section, you basically know where the crown section is when you do this. You have to ask yourself within this perimeter, that's where your hair parting should be. So for example, it'll be like this, which is basically the section that I already curled. And then on this crown section, that's when you start teasing. But I'll show you a different way where it's as less messy as possible. Okay, till we head up. So you see right here is the crown area. This is where I'm going to put my volumizing powder because her hair is very slick. So you want to add some grit to it so that it can hold the tease. So I'll do like a little bit here like this, and I'll comb it in. And then I'll divide the section again. And I want to make sure I get in here. And you don't want to put too much. You just want to put like enough. And how do you know it's enough? When you go like, when you rub it like this, it should have like a grit to it. And that's how you know that that's enough. So then going back to the section again, you're going to lift this up. And right now her head is up, but typically it's like straight. So you want to make sure instead of, put your head straight. So instead of going straight when you tease, you want to go over. And I do like to add a little bit of hairspray on the base, but without spraying it onto the scalp like that, because it helps keep the tease better. So you're gonna over extend the hair this way, and then you're gonna start kind of like right here and go down. I don't know if you can see, but, and you know it's a good tease because when you drop it, it still holds like this. So you could leave it the way that it is, but then I want to tease the whole crown area just to give her the volume. Don't worry about it being too big because you could comb it down. But when you don't tease it well enough, it's hard to go back and tease it again. So you want to make sure you get all the teasing right the first time. And then if you're scared and you're not quite sure, do thinner sections so that you could get the tease really nice. So a little bit of hairspray. And then not going straight, but going more forward towards their head or towards the front of their face. And then start here and go down. So when you drop it, you see how it holds the tease. That's how you know you did a good job. And if you want to secure it one more time, you could do another spray. Okay, so I just teased the last section. We're gonna instead of combing the hair like this with the comb, you're gonna comb it like this. So you see how you can see the tips? Because you don't want to break down the teasing yet. And you're gonna bring all the sections that you just teased and softly use the tips of the bristles to up the teasing on the top, because this is the part that everybody sees. So you want to make sure that it's nice, smooth, and clean. Okay, this is the section that we teased and haven't curled yet because I want to make sure that this has the teasing because it looks nicer to tease it first rather than curling and then teasing. So you'll do your sections again and keep following the same pattern of the curl. You want to overextend over the head. And the reason why I keep going up this way is because it gives a more softer curl effect. And a nice tip is to hold it towards the base while you're pulling so that you're not pulling the client's hair. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that too. Tease, and then now we're on the front section. So her hair is parted this way. So you want to make sure you tease it well. So instead of doing the hair like teasing only just this way, another way is to go through like this. And I already have volumizing powder and hairspray already, so you want to go like this. You want to add a little bit more hairspray so that it could stay. You could go ahead and do that. And the next section will be like this. Sometimes when you get to the section where it has baby hairs, you want to give it a little extra love right there because the baby hairs have a mind of their own. Okay, so you have a section that looks like this, and it is messy, but you want to use the tip of the comb, and just kind of go like this to clean it up. So like I said, when I do the curl on this side, I want to make sure the hair goes forward in front of the face when I curl it. So when I put the iron like this, right, the curl will look like this, but once I put it back, it makes like a looser curl. So you want to go forward and make sure the hair isn't tangled. All right, so depending on like the hairstyle, sometimes I will recommend the bride especially to get hair extensions, but it's also like not necessary. So sometimes you guys will see pictures or bring pictures from like Instagram, and then what you guys don't know is sometimes there's like fillers in the hair that makes it look big, but in reality, it kind of depends on the person's texture. So if it's like slick like this and they wanted to do a Hollywood wave, you need enough hair. So you need enough thickness and like volume in order to get a certain hairstyle. And instead of starting really close to the roots, it takes a little bit of a step. So I put behind my elbow. I'm gonna kind of go from here. And we want to do a nice slide. So I just only twist it once and I just slide very slow. I'm gonna go down nice and easy. And you have a curl that looks like this. So the only bad part about straightening is that sometimes it has this weird crimping area, but that's not a problem because we have a straightener, so we get to straighten it like this. And then voila, you can't see it no more. So a part of bridal work is that even though this is just like soft curls and whatever, but because they have a lot of baby hairs and you know all this stuff going on, you want to refine it. So I have the TIGI bedhead hair wax, and I grab some on my finger and put on the back of my hand because I only need a little bit. So I use this to kind of go like this, and you see her front bangs. I'll do this, and you see how that cleaned up pretty well. So you want to do that on little sections. But what you don't want to do is, you see how mine's is kind of dipped in like this? I've seen a lot of girls where they push it up and they go like this, and that's unsanitary. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Just grab it by chunks. This way it kind of navigates making the curls less frizzy. So you want to do all the fine details. So she does have a lot of baby hair right here. And you see the wax. Once I run my fingers through it with the wax, it's tamed. Some girls are more frizzier than other girls. Some girls have more baby hairs than other girls, but you want to make sure to get them all down. Sometimes the backside, I just grab a little bit and like run my finger through the crown like this. Because you also, I don't know about you, but a lot of us Asian girls who have like black slick hair, we don't want it to look greasy, and this stuff could look really greasy if you put too much. So this method seems to work the best because it tames all the baby hairs down, but without making your hair look extra greasy. We're gonna comb the curls so that it could be softer. When you're done, you should get something super curly like this, but we're gonna tame the frizz and all that down by using cream to tame all the frizz down. Go a little in the front like this. I have a wide tooth comb right here, and then I'm gonna comb through her hair. I could be aggressive because she wants soft curls, and because I know that I ran the curls with a straightener, we're gonna get that soft wave effect. You see how it got really soft looking like this? And then you could come back and like take out some sections and fix the curl if you need to. So remember, I haven't really put hairspray besides on the base where I tease the hair, so I'm still able to glide the straightener through easily without it being too hard. I want to glide it like that, and this is the curl that we're kind of going for. So later on in the day, this will get looser and it'll have like that nice like beachy look. Just keep going, running the comb through. So it's a little bit hard to like film and like try to style, but you know, you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. But this is what we're kind of going for. Okay, earlier her front section was kind of weighing down, but I did a tighter curl. Sometimes the front sides right here are the ones that go flat easily, so you probably have to go back and fix it. But this is what I did. So because I know that it went kind of flat, it tells me that I need to go tighter on the curl. Home here. So we want the curl to look like this. So depending on the person, she does have a lot of baby hair in particular right here. So you want to make sure you spray them all down. All right, this is the soft wave hair that I did with a straightener. So her hair doesn't hold a curl too well. If you want to see more tips and tricks from me as a Los Angeles bridal makeup artist, subscribe to my channel and I'll show you guys more.